Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an opinion piece from the New York Times that was published on January 31st and is written by Mr. Globalist shitpig himself, George Soros. Oh, it's funny. You would think this guy would just die already. But no, sucking off the souls of his own people and making his money that he used to invest to make all the money he has off their backs because, he stole their wealth in, the country he was in that was invaded by a particular group of, Germans. Where do you think he got his seed money from? Well, George Soros here thinks that what he thinks, is something that should matter. Anyway, look at the title here of this opinion piece. George Soros. Mark Zuckerberg should not be in control of Facebook. The social media company is going to get Trump reelected because it's good for business. No, Trump will get reelected because the American people voted and chose him. This is what gets me. These elitist scumbags, this globalist piece of shit has exploited the United States to make untold sums of money. All right. He wants to destroy this nation for a globalist, corporatist utopia where there's the serfs and there's elitists like him and the British royal family and others living high off the fucking hog while we do all their shit work. This guy should just friggin' keel over and die already. He is not a I can't even say it without trying to laugh. Or trying not to laugh, I should say. He is not a philanthropist. Wow. Trying to say that with a straight face and not laughing is real hard. And here we got robot Zuckerberg. Soros' next target. Anyway, let's get into his bullshit here. At a dinner last week in Davos, Switzerland, I was asked if I thought Facebook was behaving more responsibly today than it did during the 2016 presidential election. You love how this starts off like that, because Zuckerberg didn't decide to censor political ads that expose Biden at a Council of Foreign Relations buddy club where Soros is a member, bragging about the fact that he literally blackmailed the prosecutor being fired. All right. He's got a problem with that. And this is that whole thing. That's what this is all about. Not at all, I answered. Facebook helped Trump to get elected, and I'm afraid that it will do the same in 2020. I explained that there is a long-standing law, Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, that protects social media platforms from legal liability for defamation and similar claims. Facebook can post deliberately misleading or false statements by candidates for public office and others and take no responsibility for them. See, this is all about creepy Uncle Joe, all right? And the fact that Facebook wouldn't bow down and how do I put this? More particularly, Zuckerberg wouldn't bow down and censor this factually accurate campaign ad. All right, because he wouldn't, start juggling nuts with his tongue, of these elitists, which he's a wannabe, but at least, he's not being an android. There might be some logic left. I don't know. But he hasn't fully gone down their rabbit hole and isn't one of them. But yeah, you got to love this. It's so ridiculous. And what they have a problem with the Communications Decency Act is, well, they want to get rid of it so that they can go after Facebook, so that they can literally use, law. I don't want to say law, but because it wouldn't be necessarily legal law, but they want to try to create legislation that would allow for them, after revoking 230, to turn places like Facebook, and other internet sites like, say, Twitter and that into these places where you have nothing but monitored, controlled, and censored speech. It's so disgusting. And they shouldn't take responsibility for the statements of others, especially when they are factual, like with creepy Uncle Joe, which is what Soros here has a problem with. It's ridiculous. I went on to say that there appears to be an informal mutual assistance operation or agreement development between Trump and Facebook, in which Facebook will help President Trump to get reelected, and Mr. Trump will, in turn, defend Facebook against attacks from regulators and the media. Now, this is just a complete bullshit narrative. All right? This is such bullshit. His reasoning for this is because Facebook offered people to help with advertising on Facebook, okay? And Trump took him up on it. Hillary didn't. And that's helping Trump. That's the type of justification shitbrick here. Globalist shit pig. All right? That he uses. It's disgusting. And this idea that Trump would defend them against regulators. Trump wants them to not censor. So they want censorship, and they're like, well, we're going to use regulators, we're going to use bullshit stuff, we're going to revoke 230, we're going to make it so that, they can get sued. Which, in all honesty, the whole lawsuit thing, for some of the things that they do, like with censoring, anyone right of these lefty shit pigs, unless, it's Trump and they could really get a lot of bullshit brought their way for it, they should have repercussions for something like that. Because with Section 230, if you're going to be a platform, then there should be repercussions if you censor someone who's got legally protected speech. It's really that simple. Because at that point, you are a protected corporation. You are not operating in a free and open market. You have protections. And when you get those protections, it should be tit for tat. As the left likes using, it should be quid pro quo. If you're going to get those protections, then you shouldn't be censoring. If you do censor legally protected speech, then there should be a penalty for it. It's so sad that they're actually creating this freaking narrative. Anyway, this is just plain wrong. A Facebook spokesperson or spokesman told Business Insider. Yeah. But you see, Soros is going to be like, no, that bullshit. I'm George Soros, a globalist shit pig who has literally raped the United States of shit tons of wealth. All right. I'm backing people that are supposedly going to take my wealth away, which should be a major red freaking flag that's complete and total horse shit on the note of those people are going to redistribute the wealth. No, they're just going to make it so that you have even less of your own in the end. Because they're in bed with shit pigs like Soros. Anyway, I disagree. I believe that Mr. Trump and Facebook's chief executive, Mark Zuckerberg, realize that their interests are aligned. The president's in winning elections, Mr. Zuckerberg in making money. This is so funny. This is a guy who's literally destroyed nations to make money. And he wants to talk about Zuckerberg being in business to make fucking money. Being in business, to provide a service that people want. A service that he wants to try to regulate. And if they don't follow what regulation he wants, which would basically be censor anything critical of the left, all right, he'll destroy them. That's basically what he wants. Heaven forbid, Mark Zuckerberg answer to his fucking stockholders, Soros, you shit pig piece of shit. Oh, there's a lot of shit in that one. I mean, this is ridiculous. This guy is a total shit pig. Let's look at the evidence. In 2000, this is his evidence. This is what I was talking about with their advertising, giving them a team, their advertising program. Let's look at the evidence. In 2016, Facebook provided the Trump campaign with embedded staff who helped to optimize its advertising program. Hillary Clinton's campaign was also approached, but it declined to embed a Facebook team in her campaign's operations, which totally fucked her. Oh my God. That was her own stupidity. That isn't Facebook being in bed with Trump. They would have been more in bed with Hillary. What the fuck are you talking about? If Hillary had accepted this shit, they would have been so in bed with her, all right, because of how many people at Facebook and in Silicon Valley in general wanted her because Orange Man bad. Give me a break. Brad Parscale, the digital director of Mr. Trump's 2016 campaign and now his campaign manager for 2020, said that Facebook helped Mr. Trump and gave him the edge. Yes, and Hillary could have had the same opportunity. She probably would have had a better opportunity on the note of getting, Facebook to favor her, because they would. But hey, let's leave that out here, you globalist shit pig. This seems to have marked the beginning of a special relationship. How so? They provided a service. The president's campaign team paid for it. The same service was offered to Hillary. Hillary, being the dumb, elitist, stupid bitch that she is, went, oh, I'm just going to get elected because it's my time. Glass ceiling. And she fucking lost. Because she treated large swaths of the country like total fucking dog shit, and like they weren't even worth wiping off the bottom of her shoe after she kibbied into a pile of it. That's what's going on there. But let's not tell the truth here, Soros, you globalist shit pig. This is so ridiculous. More recently, direct contact between the two men has raised serious questions. One dinner, big friggin' whoop. Mr. Zuckerberg met with Mr. Trump in the Oval Office on September 19th, 2019. We don't know what was said, but from an interview on the sidelines at the World Economic Forum on January 22nd, we do know what Mr. Trump said about the meeting. Mr. Zuckerberg told me that I'm number one in the world in Facebook. So fucking what? Oh my God. He is number one on Facebook because, oh shit, you people, it's like Howard Stern back in the day where you had people tuning in when he was actually cool and not a fucking shit pig himself. All right. He had people tuning in that loved him and hated him. The number one reason why they did it is because they wanted to see what he would say next. That's the same type of situation here, like on Twitter. A good example of this is Twitter. You have all these blue checkmark, whiny little elitist wannabe shitbags who are on Twitter, who are subscribed to the president's tweets. They literally spurg out over every one of them. They literally have to comment on every one of them. They literally have to act like retarded morons in every single one of them when they respond. And this is the same type of situation. And I love how Soros is going to try to turn it into something else here. Mr. Trump apparently had no problem with Facebook's decision to not fact-check political ads. Okay, number one, the ad that in question is factually accurate. There is literally video of creepy Uncle Joe at your little globalist shit pig convention called the CFR, all right, sitting there bragging about the fact of how he blackmailed Ukraine into firing the prosecutor. Come on now. You want that fact checked? It's factually accurate. See, this is what I love about these idiots on the left, because they're not idiots in the conventional sense. They literally think from their high and mighty, cloud, where they, their elitist little heights of atmosphere where they live, where we're down smelling the shit. They're up so high where, they don't have to deal with it. It's the idea of excuse me, the movie Layer Cake, at the end when he's doing the explanation and he says, you get at the bottom, you get more shit, you slowly move up, you get less shit until you get to the rarefied air. These people are of the rarefied air. And they literally think we're that stupid that we can, when there's literally the evidence right there of creepy Uncle Joe, that they can actually try to put this off as factual information. They think they can do this in the internet age. Now, mind you, if this was, say, I don't know, we'll say 30, 40 years ago, 50 years, we'll go with the cutoff. We'll say 30 or 40 years ago, because once the internet, we'll say even later than that, we'll say mid-90s. All right? Because that's when the internet really started to become a place where you had information exchange and they were going, oh, well, you can't trust anything you read on the internet. Trust the legacy media. That's when that narrative first came out. Okay. Maybe back then they might be able to push this bullshit, but there wouldn't be a Facebook where this would have happened. There wouldn't be video where this would happen. This is all a result of the internet. And they still think that with it, creating this situation where we know this is bullshit, all right, where we know it is, they honestly believe that they can spoon feed us shit and tell us it's like, the most delicious friggin' expensive dessert out there, and that we'll believe them. It's so friggin' ridiculous. Anyway, I'd rather have him just do whatever he's going to do. Mr. Trump said of Zuckerberg, he's done a hell of a job when you think of it. Yeah, because he's actually been like, shit, I don't want to piss off my stockholders, so maybe I don't want to get myself into a scandal. See, he's not some puppet like dipshit over at Twitter. Because you look at the little Twitter Joe Rogan summit with Tim. I'm a fence post. I'm so big brained that I flunked out of school. Fucking pool. Okay. You look at his little Twitter summit there with the lawyer and Shipwreck. All right. You can tell he's a puppet. Zuckerberg surprisingly isn't, because you have a lot of instances with companies like this where you'll have someone be CEO on paper and in reality they're not, and that's clearly what's going on with Twitter. The president's 2016 campaign mounted a robust data-centric communications effort that has continued to build on that program over the past few years, using Facebook as a key part of their strategy. Now, this is what's fucked up, because they're using the system to their advantage with the Trump campaign. The Democrats could do this. Hillary could have done this. She could have had the same exact thing. Actually, she probably would have got carte blanche from Facebook, because you got a lot of lefties there. But she didn't do it. And oh no, evil bad Trump, Facebook in bed with him because they offered him a service that they offered Hillary. And she didn't take it, and he won. Give me a break. How many of the candidates now running are partaking in the same exact service? That's what I would like to know. Because let's see how many of them are actually doing it. Facebook's decision not to require fact-checking for political candidates' advertising in 2020 has flung open the door for false, manipulated, extreme and incendiary statements. Such content is rewarded with prime placement and promotion if it meets Facebook's designed algorithmic standards for popularity and engagement. Now, this is what's funny. For false, manipulated, extreme, and incendiary statements. So, where did the creepy Uncle Joe clip of him at the Council on Foreign Relations bragging about blackmailing Ukraine to either, fire the prosecutor or they aren't getting their loan guarantees? Where was that manipulated? It wasn't. And this idea of extreme and incendiary statements, yes, what Joe said was extreme and incendiary. Okay, it was criminal. For what he was doing to protect his fucking son and their criminality. It's literally a freaking conspiracy. You have more than one person working towards an end goal. Definition, conspiracy. Sorry. How has that been manipulated? It's a statement of fact. It's him saying it. And this idea that it's rewarded with prime placement and promotion. So they paid for it to be put there. And because Facebook is doing what they were paid, for on the note of their advertising services, that's bad. And the idea that it was designed for algorithmic standards for popularity and engagement. So basically, if it becomes popular because people like it, and it gets engagement, that's Facebook's fault. Soros, you are a shit pig, dude. Oh my God. What's more, Facebook's design tends to obscure the sources of inflammatory and false content and fails to adequately punish those who spread false information, nor does the company effectively warn those who are exposed to lies. Excuse me, who's the arbiter of fucking truth, asshole? You want all these lefty shitbrick places like Snopes, who's been caught lying over and over and over to cover, for factual shit. You have a company where literally they're supposed to be the arbiters of fucking truth, and there was a non-disclosure agreement on the divorce that had Snopes as part of it, where you had the guy running it and his now, I believe, wife, but she was the other woman, okay, who was a B-rated porn star, all right, who he was taking Snopes funds to fuck, okay, because she was also an escort in Vegas, all right, but they deny that shit fucking happened, and they're supposed to be the arbiters of truth. That's what you want. You want these lefty lying shitbricks like Snopes to basically cover for your asses here. This is like 1984 on fucking steroids is what Soros wants. All right? He wants people punished for spreading what they consider false information. And this idea of inflammatory, he throws this in. This has to do with the fact of creepy Uncle Joe. Because, if they have to finally admit it's not false, it's inflammatory. Because it upset people. It caused people to take issue with him. So therefore it would be inflammatory. This is how this idiot, again, not idiot in the conventional sense, but this idiot looks at us as that we're too fucking stupid to manage to see what the hell's going on with stuff like this. And this idea that the company's supposed to warn people of lies. What about personal fucking agency? What about the fact that, if I read something, I might as well, and it could be true, I should at least confirm it. See, they want it so that people won't do that. They want them to be able to just accept something as quote-unquote fact and have it come from the legacy media. They really wish the internet never got to where it was. Short-sightedness. Oh, it'll be pictures of cats and all this other stuff, talking before video. Then it was, it'll be cat videos and stuff like that. Now, it's obsolesced the legacy media. They can't even compete on it against independents. It's so friggin' sad. They brought it on themselves. They truly did. I expressed my fear that with Facebook help, Mr. Trump will win the 2020 election. The recent hiring of a right-wing figure to help manage its news tab has reinforced those fears. Oh my God, a right-wing figure. Oh no. A Fox News veteran. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, not Dad. Someone no, not someone from Fox. It should be someone from like far lefty New York Times or Washington Shitpost or hell Newsweek or hell NBC or come on. Oh, even better, it'll be someone from hey, Vox. This is such ridiculous shit. You hire someone who's conservative. If they're going to provide balanced news, we'll say, you need people that are on the left. You need people that are on the right, okay? You need for both sides of the false left paradigm to be contributing to the moderation of those news tabs. Give me a fucking break. Heaven forbid they hire one person from the right. Oh, no. Fucking whiny little bitch. You would think a guy with this kind of money wouldn't whine like a total and complete little bitch. Holy shit. In my comments in Davos, I also pointed out that Facebook has been used to cause worse damage in other countries than the United States. In Myanmar, for example, military personnel used Facebook to help incite the public against the Rohingya, who were targeted in a military assault of incredible cruelty. including murder, rape, and the burning of entire villages. Around 700,000 Rohingya fled to Bangladesh. The International Court of Justice in The Hague is currently deliberating whether these atrocities qualify as genocide. You know what's funny? Is he's singling out Facebook. Ain't saying shit about Twitter. Ain't seeing a fucking damn thing about Twitter or any other platform that was used for the dissemination of information like that. Because this is about Facebook and the fact that they will not bow down and suck his and other globalist shit pigs' dicks. And they don't like it. It's literally come down to that. It's like blackmail. This is him sounding a call. All right. Letting Facebook know that he's going to fucking destroy them if he can. I'm pretty sure of it. It's pretty clear with what he's doing here. And that's anecdotal evidence because, like I said, he's not calling out Twitter for the same shit. I don't hear him doing that. But within the last year, Facebook has introduced new features on its mobile app that actually intensify the fire of incendiary political attacks, making them easier and quicker to propagate. Oh my God. You gotta love this. It's like, he's literally creating shit out of fucking thin air. All right. Sanders supporters have weaponized Facebook to spread angry memes about his Democratic rivals. Literally. He don't like Sanders. He don't like Trump. This is his fucking proof of the evil orange bad man. It's fucking Bernie. You got Bernie here being dragged into this shit. And he's over here with his people just doing this stupid shit and talking about, gulags and putting people against walls. And they're doing memes too. I mean, that's what you got here. And he's using this to go evil orange Batman. That's fucking sad. That's so sad. The system is cost-free to the poster and revenue-generating for Facebook. Good for Facebook, bad for democracy. So, wait a minute. Them being capitalist. People sharing stuff. Interacting with it. Is bad for democracy. Literally. The idea of democracy. People having an open forum and discussing something and exchanging ideas and letting other people know about the ideas of others, okay, is bad for democracy. Oh my God. What fucking shit are you smoking, dude? Because you know what? Back in the day, I would sure as shit have loved to get some of this because, I had a really high tolerance and you're high as a fucking kite saying that. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. Oh, for fuck's sake. And also, Soros, we're not a democracy. We're a democratic constitutional republic. There's a difference. Go look it up. It's what's prevented you from destroying this nation to this point and creating your one world order bullshit. The responsible approach is self-evident. Facebook is a publisher, not just a neutral moderator or platform. It should be held accountable for the content that appears on its site. It's a platform. Hillary fucking Clinton, you lying piece of shit, could have literally got the same fucking deal that Trump did. But she went, I'm just going to win. It's in the bag for me. Shit, I don't need that. I'm just going to spend all this shit ton of money in places like LA and New York City and fuck like the Rust Belt and the cold country and middle America, the flyover states. Fuck, we don't need them. That's what happened. And this is, this was special treatment. This is that. This is this. You got no proof of it. Holy crap. It's a neutral moderator. It is if they had censored it, then they would be a fucking publisher. But because they didn't, And they acted as a platform. You don't like that. So now you're going to say that they're a publisher because they should censor what you don't like when it's inconvenient and exposes how elitist and, like boys clubbish, even though there are women as part of the CFR. It really is. And how you people brag about stupid shit there that you do. And now that it's coming back to bite creepy Uncle Joe in the ass, you don't like that. And it should not be held accountable for the content that appears on its site. All right. And if you want to call it a publisher, how about you be honest about how they censor conservative content? Oh, wait, you want that. You got no problems with that there, friggin' you globalist shit pig that should friggin' probably die already. I mean, in Minecraft, natural causes, of course. This is ridiculous. Speaking at a cocktail party in Davos on January 22nd, Facebook's chief operating officer, Sheryl Sandberg, repeated the worn Silicon Valley cliche that Facebook is trying to make the world a better place, but Facebook should be judged by what it does, not what it says. So wait a minute, because they are allowing people to connect and communicate and not have it censored, and they're allowing, video of creepy Uncle Joe to be posted at the CFR bragging about how he blackmailed Ukraine to save his kid's ass and his own ass by getting a prosecutor fired, okay, which you don't like, because they're doing that. You basically want to say that, they're not making the world a better place because they're allowing people to connect and actual truth of information get out there. Yeah, he wishes for the day of when there was 3 networks in the United States, okay? You had newspapers, and that was it. Radio, newspapers, and 3 networks. That's what he wishes we had. I repeat and reaffirm my accusation against Facebook under the leadership of Mr. Zuckerberg and Ms. Sandberg. They follow only one guiding principle: maximize profits irrespective of the consequences. One way or another, they should not be left in control of Facebook. This is a guy who literally has destroyed nations' economies in the name of fucking maximizing his fucking profits. And he wants to call out Facebook for being a company that is actually operating at least somewhat on the note of, it has to answer to its stockholders. This is why this guy should just keel over fucking dead already. This is such ridiculous shit. George Soros is the last person to be talking about the shit that he is, in all honesty. He really is. Anyway, I think I've gone through this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.